The reputation of Andoni Goikoetxea has certainly been football's talking point in this city for the last 48 hours. And he takes his place at the centre of the Bilbao defence, a side where the emphasis has been put on strength. Their young coach, Javier Clemente, leaving out a winger and his most gifted midfield player. They're a side currently in mid-table in the Spanish League, 4 points behind the leaders. And the championship which they won last season was their first in 27 years, and they won it on the very last day. Liverpool's fitness worries, Ian Rush's groin and Graham Souness's poisoned toe, have cleared up, so they have a full-strength side for what is their first real test of their 20th consecutive year in Europe. Victory would be their 50th in European competition at Anfield, where they've only been beaten once in the European Cup, and that was almost 10 years ago. All the officials tonight come from Italy. The referee is Paolo Bergamo, comes from Livorno, and refereed the match between England and Holland at Wembley in May '82. And just for the record, he will also referee the match between Greece and Denmark, which could still decide England's fate in the European Championship. Well, Bilbao in the Basque Country is an area which has been greatly influenced by the British, and indeed the H in the title of their name, Atletico, is a factor of that. And they tend to play in an English style, which means that they do not man-for-man mark. Looks a pretty healthy crowd. Anfield not completely full. Kennedy. Robinson, nicely done. Dalglish removes Gallego. Neil. Oh, not a bad try. Didn't dip early enough for him. Well, Phil Neal, who scored 10 times in European competition, 9 in the European Cup, thought it was worth a go, but it didn't come down early enough for him. Chance for Rush. Goalkeeper did well to recover the error. Dalglish cleared away by Goikoetxea with Litorento on the line as well. Robinson. Oh, suddenly it was all happening. And it ends with a corner. But suddenly, after Liverpool's efforts to find an opening in patient build-up, it was almost created by the opposition's goalkeeper. And the ball was flying around the area for a moment. Here's Souness. Neil. And free kick in the end to Bilbao. That's certainly their first moments of difficulty because of the back clearance, which went straight to Rush. Goalkeeper recovered well, got out very fast indeed. Here comes a shot from Dalglish, blocked away by Goikoetxea. And then it's Robinson here, who's just the wrong side of the post. Lawrenson. Nunez simply knocking it out of danger. Kennedy. It's a nothing ball. Simply put the player under pressure. And Kennedy not on song at all at the moment. Lee. Good running by Neil. And he gets the shot in. And some pretty poor defending, which will give heart to Liverpool. Turby. Sarabia complaining. He was stepped on. Neil. Lee. Robinson. Robinson in the middle, so is Rush. Further over is Dalglish. That's a good header back by Dalglish. And Urquiaga puts it out of harm's way, but header from Dalglish had such power backwards. And nearly found its man. There's Kennedy. And the foot of Litavantu took it away for the corner. Rush just inside the 6-yard area. Robinson poised for the long run from the far side. Well, how many times in a season does Kenny Dalglish do that? In the crowd, now a Liverpool director, Bob Paisley. Dalglish. 5 minutes to the interval, Liverpool with nothing to show. Again, free kick against Leandrez. There'll be more whistles against him than against any Spaniard. Dear, but that was his worst challenge by some distance, and the referee does not give a free kick. Kennedy. Well, it cost Leandrez his boot. Might have cost him more if the referee had taken a different view. And in fact, I don't know whether he said anything or whether the referee has decided that enough is enough, but having allowed play to continue from that challenge, he has now booked the Atletico Bilbao number 6. Hansen. Rush. Dalglish. Johnston. More promising. Not the cross. Souness. Robinson. Urquiaga, a little panicky. Crowd increasing the encouragement as the half-time interval approaches. Johnston. Joe Fagan has seen this many times before. Problems with getting the breakthrough in the first leg. Duby. Robinson. Hansen. Kennedy. Again, an example of Spanish getting players right across the width of the field. Lawrenson. And the end of a half which was really too quiet from Liverpool's point of view, and in which Goikoetxea was among those to protect his goalkeeper. Liverpool really didn't see enough of. So half-time, 0-0, and doubtless the crowd will be reminding themselves that in the previous round against Lech Poznan, Atletico lost the first leg 2-0 and won the second 4-0. So a bit of a problem here for Liverpool. Well, the second half begins to a great roar from the Kop. There's just been meeting between these two sides in Europe. They met in September and October of 1968, when each side won at home 2-1, and the match was decided on the flip of a disc here, which went against Liverpool. And Bilbao in this particular encounter have Pedro de la Fuente on in the second half, and he's replaced the injured Jose Maria Núñez. So Goikoetxea has taken over as captain. And here he is. This is Noriega. He decided he had to hit it first time, with the goalkeeper backpedaling. This is an evening when the crowd will be thinking about the most famous substitute here, or used to be here, David Fairclough, just the sort of player they perhaps could do with this evening. Obviously not listed, nowadays playing his football in Switzerland, and in fact scored a hat-trick for Lucerne at the weekend. Robinson, Lee, Lawrenson. And 5 minutes have fairly quickly passed, and nothing as yet has changed for Liverpool. Robinson. And get the ball in possession. A few stitches needed on the near side. And it was Oturbi who needed them. Johnston. Oh, he's done brilliantly. Just not enough weight on his pass, which he made from a half-sitting position. But if inspiration is to come, he seems the most likely to supply it. Full of endeavour. Goikoetxea has not really impressed as an international quality fullback. Davies certainly didn't then, and the free kick has been given. Rush has already taken a position, number 9, just outside the 6-yard area. Robinson is number 10. Cop full of anticipation. Johnston just forward of the penalty spot. Davies in a line with the near post. And Rush looked as though he was pushed, but even so got his header in. And the free kick has been given against Rush. Well, it'll be interesting to know who pushed first. Well, it certainly looked as though the first push came from Litterantu. Just an expression of concern on the face of the manager, Joe Fagan. Sunis. Davies. Andres is out of it for a moment. That's looking for Rush. Cover of assault by Goikoetxea. And here's Gallego. Johnston, Kennedy. Davies. Just will not run through. Another good run by Kennedy. But he was looking for the ball inside, and it was played wide of his run. Lawrenson, Gallego. Del Fuente, Sarabia. offering himself on the left. Noriega far post, Sarabia near post. Appeal for handball, but not given. And for the first time there will be a free kick against Goikoetxea, and just listen to the reaction of the crowd. And the referee calling Goikoetxea to him. And the captain is shown the yellow card and seemed to be making an observation about the earlier handball by Phil Neal. But that would not excuse the challenge that he made on Rush. He definitely caught him with his right hand as they went down, after the feet had made contact as well. So the second booking against Bilbao coming right on the hour. They Andres the first. Lead to take. But the indecision is so untypical of Liverpool. Sadly, it's been too common tonight. Or have they fooled us all? Kennedy! What a lovely strike of the ball. Well, I wonder whether everybody was fooled by that. Because they certainly pulled everybody around and suddenly found Kennedy in space. He struck the ball very cleanly indeed, and it was only a whisker away. Sarabia. Tubi. Johnston. Four players over on that side from Bilbao. And all bar Noriega behind the ball. Robinson. Doug Rees saw the possibilities quickly. Everybody had been sucked in. Nobody was coming in onto the ball. Kennedy. Souness. Neal. Good try. Well, struck it so well, did Phil Neal. A lot of pace on it, the goalkeeper turning it over in slightly theatrical style. But even so, Phil Neal has had a couple of good tries tonight. A man who's played in more European Cup matches than any other Englishman. And that's Craig Johnston. De Andres away. He got a knock in his efforts then. Rather belatedly, the pressure beginning to grow on Bilbao. Rush has done well. Souness, no, it won't come down. And the Spaniards were appealing for offside then. The flag did not go up. Coming upon the throw. Some good work here by Rush. Persistence, bit of juggling. Souness had to rather poke at it. Sarabia walking off. And the substitute replacing him is Argote. And the crowd enjoyed the kiss. First touch for Argote. Goikoetxea. Argote's played a couple of times for Spain. Kennedy. Dalglish. It's the first time that he and Goikoetxea have been in direct contact. They ended us away. Souness. Hansen. Rush. Coming away quite a lot to collect the ball, Rush. Kennedy. Allowed to get the ball across. Oh, and the best chance that Liverpool have had. Fell to Semi-Lee, and he couldn't get it on the target. A posse of players around, somehow Kennedy got it across, but Lee got it too far up. Look at the three players there around Kennedy, and he flung himself at it, clearly aiming for the top corner, but he got it too high. Neil. It's not much more than an up and under. It's a poor header, gives a chance to Robinson, who was pulled by Lithorantu. Any part of the body will do when the threat is there. Goikoetxea seemingly assisting the referee in placing the wall. Sure, that wasn't the case. Souness is to the left of the kicker, and Lee is number 8. Left for Souness, left in fact for Kenny Dalglish, who I thought was going to touch it to Souness. In fact, produced a very unmemorable shot. Lovely trap by Gote. Amazingly kept in by Lawrenson. Souness. Johnston rushes down the same wing. Robinson is in the middle. Alan Hansen. Free kick given. To the right of the kicker. Lee now coming away, leaving 4 in the area. Johnson in a position from which he could have a go. Souness, and here's Johnston. Not a shot of any real note. Souness. Lawrenson. Curling awkwardly. Goalkeeper, I feel, had no option. And produces the corner. Good run by Lawrenson. Ball slightly off the outside of the boot. Just 3 minutes left for Liverpool to give themselves something to bite on in the second leg. Johnston, Souness, offside against Dalglish. It's a not untypical ball that Liverpool play. Wide out to the left, but Dalglish very comfortably caught by the movement forward of the defenders. And it's just a question of counting seconds now. Dalglish. Rush. Robinson waiting just to the left of the penalty spot. That could run to Neil. And again. Goikoetxea's clearance. Hansen. Neil. Lee underneath it. Goikoetxea made it his. Seen the referee check his watch yet, but we make it that time is up, except for what he's allowed for the odd stoppage. Notably one booking in this half of Goikoetxea. Not a moment for such a poor clearance. And the first leg ends scoreless, and Joe Fagan goes away to the dressing room, and he will know, surely better than anyone, that on the night the engine room of his team was by no means firing on all cylinders. And quite frankly, it showed Liverpool very much below their best. And when one looks back on the match, the goalkeeper has had a very quiet evening, the Spanish goalkeeper, Zubizarreta, only had to make one save of note, and that from fullback Phil Neal. Final score from this first leg, Liverpool 0, Atletico Bilbao 0. Graham, I would think the crowd still don't know too much about Mr. Goikoetxea.
No, I don't think we even do. We didn't even speak about the chap. We spoke about them as a team today, but not individuals, and they played well as a team tonight. They made it very difficult for us. Possibly we could have had a few more shots. But we were very wary of not giving anything away against them, because that would have made it doubly difficult over there. At the moment, Barry, we're playing, if anything, a wee bit better away from home. That's not saying we'll go over there and get a result, but we're certainly finding we're getting a wee bit more room away from home to do our stuff. Hopefully it'll be the same when we go to Bilbao in the second leg.
They're still a bit wary of you.
Yeah, I mean, I believe they had 2 substitutions tonight. I think they played a few defenders tonight, as opposed to maybe creative players. We don't know too much about them. I don't think they know too much about us.
But you would like them to come at you, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's the ideal situation, and this is what we're hoping over there, that they come at us and maybe open out a wee bit at the back, because tonight they'd always had maybe 8 men back. And they've done it well, all credit to them. I mean, would you concede that also on the night the engine room wasn't quite as we come to expect it at Liverpool? Well, you see the engine room. I don't think any of the lads will be that happy with our overall performance tonight, because we didn't win convincingly. But as I said before, I think we're playing a good team tonight. I mean, Spanish teams, it's like the Italian league, there's never many goals scored against them in their own football, never mind European football. We possibly could have done a bit more tonight. I agree with you there, but we still feel that we're far from out of it.
Even so, it leaves the league champions with a lot to do when they go to Spain.